The first mistake is after the weigh-in, the athlete is too hungry and really wanted to eat something. If you do that, you will upset your stomach. Diarrhea, vomit, nausea, and everything, and it will be really bad for gain weight after that.
Right. So we really don't want that.
Yeah. So the first thing to do is recover your water stocks. The first phase, the priority is you'll be hydrated and not upset your stomach. And now your stomach is able to eat something solid. It's time to recover the glycogen stocks.
If you want to know the secrets that elite BJJ athletes use to get to fight day strong and heavy, this is for you. We're going to be sharing the most important nutrition tricks that you can use if you're fighting under AJP or ADCC rules so that you make it to fight day heavy and strong and ready to win.
Hi guys, my name is Daniel. I am a BJJ black belt with more than 50 titles and a nutritionist.
And I'm Vanessa, and together we run Nutrion, where we help BJJ athletes get to their optimal performance. And today is part 2 of our 2-part series with Fight Day Nutrition. If you're competing under AJP or ADCC rules, if you're competing under IBJJF rules, we have a different video up about that, so check that out. But with that being said, let's get started. All right, so Daniel, let's get started right after weigh-in, right? Yeah. After weigh-in, what's the first thing that happens?
So the first thing to do is recover your water stocks, because the athletes probably will be dehydrated. Recover not just the water, but the electrolytes. If you did a lot of sauna sessions, you don't lose just water, you just electrolytes as well. You need to mix water with electrolytes or sport drinks to recover your hydration faster. After these 30 minutes, I recommend just eat something light, so carbs with a fast absorption, like a piece of toast with jam or fruit juice. Will be two nice options.
So right after the weigh-in, first is the water and electrolytes, right? And then 30 minutes later, eating something light.
Yeah.
What comes after that? When are the athletes then able to eat something bigger?
After the 2 hours, when the stomach is able to have more solid foods, is the happy time, especially if you cut a lot of weight and you are hungry and want something solid. So I call this phase first big meals. So real food, solid foods. So during this phase, the athlete should eat each 2 hours.
So the second phase, it's 2 to 6 hours after. So there's 3 big meals during that phase. Is that right?
Yeah. The first phase, the priority is you'll be hydrated and not upset your stomach. And now your stomach is able to eat something solid. It's time to recover the glycogen stocks. So something solid and moderate, and with moderate carbs, like rice, pasta, potatoes, something like 1 gram of carbs per kilo of body weight. And when talking about proteins, it will be something like 0.3, just that, because the priority is recover the glycogen stocks. If it's possible, nothing of fat. So forget olive oil, butter, or something like that. Just carbs and protein.
Got it. And so that's kind of the phase where the athletes probably gain the most weight, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a limit of too much, or is it basically impossible to eat too much in this phase?
If your intestine is not trained to or not able to recover faster, probably you have a problems like diarrhea. It's a possibility, because it's too much food for the stomach process.
Maybe people should kind of test it out. Maybe they start with eating every 2 hours, maybe not eating all that much, see how they feel.
Yeah.
If their stomach tolerates that, the next competition they can try a little more.
Yeah.
Is that kind of how you would do it with your athletes?
Yeah. It's exactly that. So if you're first time cutting weight for a big competition, don't do that. But if you have a possibility to train more, see how you're feeling.
Right.
And
Yeah,
it'd be a
yeah.
possibility to test in the big one if you test in the
Right.
many small ones.
Right. When we're working with athletes, we like to sort of try out strategies and practice comps, right?
Yeah,
See how their body feels, see how they react to certain things,
yeah,
so that for the big comp, it's not a surprise.
yeah, exactly. Each person have a different reaction.
So we have the two phases, right? We have the very initial 30 minutes to 2 hours. We have the
Yeah.
next 4 hours. So now it's 6 hours after the weigh-in. What happens then?
Then is the evening meal. The goal here, you be comfortable to sleep well. You don't need to be worrying about weight anymore. You can eat something light, that's just 1 gram or 2 grams of carb, a little portion of protein, like 0.5 grams per kilo of body weight, and something light always. Chicken, fish. If you are vegan, could try some tofu, and small quantities of fat. So just a tablespoon of olive oil or
Right,
something like
right.
that. If you have anxiety before the tournament, you can do a small snack full of carbs. So toast with honey and a piece of fruit will be something nice to eat before
Got it.
bed.
All right, so we've had our light meal. Maybe if you're a little more anxious, you've had another snack. And then we've gone to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Now, wake up time, fight day. What's the first thing that you should do on fight day?
So on fight day, especially in the breakfast, the first meal in the morning, eat something familiar. It's not time to eat something different. So try the same breakfast that you have been eating before. So oatmeal, yogurt, toast, small quantities of protein also, because the goal is not upset the stomach. So just 1 gram of carbs per kilo of body weight will be enough. The small quantity of protein, just 0.3 grams of per kilo of body weight will be enough. If your fight is close around noon, for example, the breakfast will be your main meal, so you could eat more. But let's think about if the athlete just will fight in the evening, so have more opportunities to eat. So in this case, the main meal will be the next. The next phase is the pre-fight lunch. This will be the main meal, so it could be something more heavy, so more carbs always.
Then the next meal would be the pre-fight snack, right?
Yeah.
What does that ideally look like?
So the pre-fight snack will be 1 hour or 3 hours before fight. Try just eat something light and prioritize fruits, especially fruits and another kind of carbs. So it could be a piece of toast or with honey and fruits. Would be nice to try it, or just oats with fruits is another possibility. So it's something really light, without proteins, without fat, just prioritize carbs before.
So that's the pre-fight snack, and then after that it's just the fight, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully there's more than one fight.
Yeah.
Often there is more than one, right? So what about between the fights? Would you recommend for them to do or drink or eat or anything between the fights?
Prioritize electrolytes between fights and little quantities of gummy bears if possible, or something like that. Have many different kind of sweets, not too much to recover between fights. Yes.
Okay, so I think that kind of concludes fighting nutrition. So that's sort of the ideal fighting nutrition for someone fighting under those rules.
Yeah.
In your career as an athlete, but also as a nutritionist working with athletes, you've seen a couple mistakes being made, right?
Yeah.
Can you share around sort of the most common mistakes that you see that people do and what they should do instead?
Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes when I begin to compete in this kind of competition. So the first mistake is, after the weigh-in, the athlete is too hungry and really wanted to eat something. Just jump out of the balance and take a piece of sandwich and rice and start to eat a lot. If you do that, you will upset your stomach. Diarrhea, vomit, nausea, and everything, and it will be really bad for gain weight after that.
Right. So we really don't want that.
Yeah. Instead, prioritize your hydration. Drink water, electrolytes, small sips each few minutes in the first 30 minutes. The second mistake happened in the next phase. Eat something heavier like sandwich with a lot of bacon and meat and everything because you are super hungry, and French fries, and believe that it will help you to gain more weight, but it's not. If you eat a lot of fat, you feel heavier, you feel full, and you'll be harder to eat another meal if you do that.
So maybe you feel like you're eating a lot in like that first meal, but you're not able to keep that consistency of eating every couple hours.
Yeah, exactly. Fat just help you to gain weight in the long terms. So, but the tournament is not the next weeks, is the next day. So you need to prioritize, recover the glycogen stocks, the carb, help you to gain water retention. It's exactly where you need. So, for example, 1 gram of carb help you to gain 2 mLs of water. Eat carbs, you help you to gain more weight than fat, for example. That does not have this, is not able to do that. Instead, prioritize eat just carbs with a little protein, but especially carbs. Pasta, rice, potatoes, and carbs like that, with just a small piece of light protein. Chicken and fish will be better options. So the third mistake will be eat a heavy breakfast, a lot of butter, peanut butter, or something with a lot of quantities of fibers, oats or vegetables, spinach with eggs, for example. It's not a time to do that. Instead, try to eat something light, fruits with bread. You could include oats, but it's just in small quantities with another kind of carbs. Fruit salad with a tablespoon of oats, for example, will be nice. It will help you to gain weight and be comfortable after you're fine. The fourth mistake, and I did this mistake when I began, and I saw many athletes doing this mistake, is eat a lot before fight because forgot to eat before. Big quantities of rice and meat and fat and everything together 2 hours before fight. Probably you will be on the mat heavier and uncomfortable. So for this reason, it will be bad for your performance there.
Right.
So you don't want to vomit in your after your first fight.
Yeah.
And I saw it happening. And if it happened, probably the athlete will be disqualified, and you don't want to eat. So instead, eat small portions before, and in your pre-fight snack, prioritize something light and small. So the fifth mistake is forgetting about the electrolytes. And it could happen in the beginning, after the weigh-in. The athlete just drink water, but forget that did a lot of sauna before. So in the sauna or in the exercise in general, you lose sodium and potassium. And both of these micronutrients is important for the muscle contraction and water absorption. It's super important drink water with electrolytes to recover your sodium and potassium stocks and to improve your water absorption. And forget about the electrolytes in the last hours before the fight. This will be important because in the fight you sweat a lot and you lose your sodium and potassium stocks. So it will be better if you have a lot of sodium and potassium in your body to fight, to avoid cramps and to be stronger on the mats.
Let me try to recap what we learned today, right?
Okay.
So I think the first one is ramp the eating back up slowly. So don't do the weigh-in and then eat like a massive sandwich or a portion of like a big meal right after your weigh-in. Ramp that up slowly. The second thing is remember the electrolytes throughout the entire 24 hours. Remember them when you're rehydrating in the night before, and remember them on fight day for sure. And the third thing, don't eat foods that are too high in fat or fiber, because fat and fiber are not your friend in this period. So in this 5-day nutrition, the focus is definitely still carbs, a little bit of protein, and avoid fat and fiber. Those are my key takeaways. Do you have anything you want to add?
2 things. The first is, don't try anything strength before a fight, especially if you are in another country. And 2 hours before a fight, prioritize your hydration, especially with electrolytes. I know probably you'll be hungry, but you need to respect your body, not upsetting your stomach. So drink water with electrolytes, small steps in the few minutes, and then drink more and more water with electrolytes to recover your stocks of water and your stocks of electrolytes. So it will help you a lot in your fight to avoid cramps and for you have a better muscle contraction on the mats.
So that's it for today. That was part 2 of our 2-part series of 5-day nutrition. So if you're also fighting under IBJJF rules, check out that other video now, and we hope to see you in the next episode.